Hi, this is Pat Miller, Gabby, and this is this week's edition of the GABB, where we get to visit with our friends, and then you all get to see it. And my very good friends this week are from Tables. It's Dustin and Amy Barrett, or Amy Vitale, Dustin Barrett, however you want to call them. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Oh, love to have you. And old friends, crazy times, and tell us, Tables is the restaurant you own, but tell us where it is and a little bit about it.
Tables is in Park Hill, and we are at 2267 Kearney Street. And we've been here for 15 years, and we're serving lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay. Do they take reservations?
Reservations for dinner. Lunch is just sort of a more casual concept. It's kind of walk up, order, and sit down. It's more salads and sandwiches than our dinner menu.
Okay, so do we want to talk about history of Tables, or do you want to talk about how did it get its name?
We could probably talk about either, whichever, but I could tell you real quick about how it got its name. So Dustin and I lived in an itty bitty little house, and I kept going out to tag sales, garage sales, antique stores, and buying all these little drop leaf tables to refurbish and sand down. And I'd come back and Dustin would be like, please don't tell me you have another table, because we have nowhere to put it. And then when we decided to open Tables, we decided to use all those tables. So some people have, you know, sort of an obsession with shoes or hats. And I guess for me, it was tables.
You opened a restaurant because you had to get rid of the tables.
Yeah. We found a space. I said, if we ever have a space, we'll put all your tables in there and we won't have them in the house anymore.
And we'll open a restaurant.
We'll call it Tables.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That is true, and you did have the tables. Started out just as a sandwich shop, a daytime.
Yep.
It did. And so we opened it for sandwiches. You know, we had no investors. It was just us doing it. And then after a year, we decided to open for dinner. And then we realized that we were working so very much, and we realized that the revenue of 5 lunches equaled 1 dinner. And so we made the sad decision to close for lunch. And here we are 15 years later, coming full circle, you know, with what's going on in the world and COVID, you know, and having a limited capacity. You know, we realized that this would be the time to bring back lunch to generate some more revenue and make the neighborhood a little happier.
Well, I totally agree. I mean, our whole lives are back to some place where we never dreamt they go back to. But let's start with lunch, because that's where you started. And your sandwiches and salads are fabulous. But tell us a little bit about what you're doing, about some of them.
When we reopened full circle, we decided to bring back all the same sandwiches. And so, you know, all the sandwiches pretty much are named after places in Park Hill, streets. So we've got a Park Hill sandwich, a Kearney Street, an I-70, a Forest French toast. And we pretty much, you know, we make all the mayo, the mustard for the sandwich, all the pestos, you know, and so you sort of just walk up to the counter and order and sit down, and
You make your own mustard too?
Tables, food, and we just, it's simplified for the sandwiches.
It's pretty darn good for the sandwich.
It is really good.
And then we use grateful bread for our baguettes, and aspen bread for our wheat and marble rye.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the sandwich, like the Monaco,
right,
is on regular bread.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Oh, they're all delicious. I have snuck them out, and even have. I have lunch for dinner. You know, after a while, you get so bored that something simple is so good.
And I feel like now everybody's sort of in this. You kind of lose track about what day it is, and you know, because everything's the same. Nobody can really go anywhere, you know, so it kind of.
Well, my sister-in-law and I have a joke. we get up and we say, we call each other every morning. What day is it? Do you remember?
Back.
Oh, weekends? Oh, that's so bad. Except it's no different than any other day. So, you know, what difference is it gonna, when people are differentiating, they're doing a better job than I am. You know,
That's
oh, did you ever see such an, well, you, of course, are busy, but our daytimers empty. You know, oh, look, I'm going to go to the basement today. What an excitement. Okay, dinner has always been delightful. First of all, right now you have your patio, which was always a treat, plus the tent. So explain all that.
You explain all that.
So as you know, we only can have 50 people inside the building. So we've spaced our tables inside appropriately and outside as well. So we're usually about 100 tables or 100 seats inside. And with the patio, we're about 130. So now we're down with the tent and the patio to like 90. So the capacity is definitely lower, but we're getting lots of people coming out and using the patio and using the nice weather that we've had, you know, the last couple months to sit outside and enjoy and do all that. So going into the colder weather, we're going to set up some heaters and try to have people be able to be outside and utilize that space as long as we can. You know, maybe we get a couple days in December even that, you know, our hardy folk of Colorado can sit outside.
But we're also hoping that, you know, that the governor extends the outside area for the tent. Right now, it's only permitted till October 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're hoping that it goes further than that because, you know, we've got a good plan to heat that tent. The tent is what is it? What's the size of it now?
It's like 20 by 30. So it's a pretty big tent. There's like 8 tables out there. We can move tables around and facilitate for different size parties. So
it's definitely like saved us. And
yeah,
so
it's helped a lot.
We would really like to have that area for the winter time. So we've got a good plan to heat it. And we're just hoping that the governor extends that.
I think you are one of however many restaurants are in Denver.
Right.
Definitely.
And
I mean, we feel really lucky that we have, you know, this side area that is the parking lot that's owned by our landlord and that, you know, we're able to use it. I mean, it really, the weather being on our side and having that area has truly saved us
well, it's hard to believe we're almost in October.
Oh, it is.
You know, I mean, every day seems forever, but okay, now I know you change your menu quarterly and you have the same basic ideas, but yesterday the menu changed?
Yep, yesterday.
So tell me about it because that means I haven't had everything.
Okay, well, Dustin, you want to tell her about some items?
You know,
Sure, Dustin.
The fall stuff came up, you know, sweet potatoes and apples and pears and lots of like root vegetables and fun sides and
Duck confit.
Yeah, duck confit. Really excited about. We're doing like this little play on a pastrami sandwich with the duck. It comes with a marble rye and sauerkraut bread pudding and.
Is this an appetizer, a dinner, entree?
This is an entree.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just excited to be in the fall. You know, I feel like we go through summer and we're doing all that fresh summer food and I'm really excited about it. And by the end of it, I'm like so ready for that more comforty, you know, green chilies and.
Well, what are we doing with green chilies? She said.
Oh, green chilies spiked Gabby's interest.
Yes. Well, everything does, but.
we're doing. It's on the pork dish and it's a pork cut of the day, so we change the cut all the time. And so we're doing a baked sweet potato, and it's kind of like a play on a baked, like loaded baked potato. So pork and green chili like inside the potato with and
could I have 2 of those a la carte to go? I love sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it's a fun dish. It's gonna be really. It's
I don't like sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
Yeah, no, you don't like them sweetened. I don't like them like that either.
No, not at all.
Sweet potatoes with green chili would be fabulous.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and then I'm really excited about the scallop dish. We're doing, it's like a creamy scallion risotto, and then it comes with like a pureed kimchi emulsion and some grilled bok choy. And it is the kimchi that has that like that tart sour taste that with these buttery large scallops it's really
Sounds
delicious.
delicious.
Really,
And
really
you've always had chicken on the menu.
good.
And
Yep. So
Are you
tell
back
us.
to bread pudding yet?
No, the bread pudding's on the duck this time, Gabby.
Oh,
But
okay.
we're doing a butternut squash gratin with oranges and walnuts and some grilled chard and a little chicken demi. It's
With
pretty
miso.
good with miso in it. Yeah.
Well, you've always had an appetizer section, and sweetbreads are always there.
Always
Yep,
there, staple.
still there. Tuna tartare still there.
Well, tuna tartare has to be there.
And then we've got mussels this time, and they come with some celery root, and then a fennel seed aioli, and it comes with like a vermouth sort of paprika
Beurre blanc.
beurre blanc.
Well, you've always done a great job. And another thing that's very special is when you get there, whoever you are, whatever you want, you can have it. You know, I
Yeah.
want it this way. I don't need this. Get me that. All you fussy people who might be listening.
Well, yeah, we're in the hospitality business. That's what you do, right? I
Yeah,
don't
but
have to
you've
know my
always done
vocabulary.
Well, you
We
both
marvel
learned,
on that.
well, you learned that a long time ago from Noel.
That's
Yes,
correct.
that's
That's
right.
exactly
I mean, both
right.
of you, well, you met each other at Strings.
Correct.
Yep. And
Cooking in that kitchen.
yep. And Noel Cunningham taught us about, pleasing the customer and that, and making sure, that respecting that they're coming to you and feeling honored that people are coming to you to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary and, just having a lot of love in your heart for that. And, people could go a lot of places. So you just have to appreciate that
He
they
didn't
choose.
teach you to cuss.
No.
Oh. You just kind of pick it up around him, though, don't you?
I learned it very well. It was totally amazing how much you can learn until somebody started charging him for every cuss word.
We used to have, when we would have
You had
meetings,
a
like front of the house and the back of the house,
right.
we would sit there with a tally sheet on how many times he
We
would
take
say,
bets on how many times
yeah,
he cussed.
he would say a certain F word, and we would just have a tally and see who won at the end.
It's good for something. He was good.
Yeah.
He was good for a lot of things.
Yes,
And for making a marriage, having two of you there.
that's right. Well, he's made a lot of couples and I feel like, over the years when you run into somebody who has worked at Strings, whether it was in your time frame or not, it's sort of like a fraternity or a sorority. It's a part of you, and that person is just a little bit closer, and you kind of just about them.
Well, he was there for a long time, and we all were.
Yes.
To tell you the truth. I mean, I was there from day one, so that's how it goes. But back to tables. So talk a little bit more how you do lunch. Do you have pickup?
Oh yeah. So for dinner too. I mean, with all this COVID, it's amazing how how much pickup has how much is happening. We've sort of had to change some systems in place for dinner because there's so much phone calling and and taking orders. We're in the process of implementing an online ordering system so that it can free up the people in house
And make it easier on the customer.
and make it easier on the customer. But yeah, so for pickup,
Well, I have a question. That ordering system,
we're working on, it's almost done so that people can go online and they'll be able to order from our website.
okay, but does that mean I have to be paying for a delivery service?
No delivery. It's still
Okay.
pickup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to pay a delivery person to take
Right,
it.
exactly. And so, with COVID, it's sort of up to your, your comfort level. So, for lunch, if you're comfortable coming inside, we'll have your bag ready right inside the door right there. If you're not comfortable coming inside, we say, tell us what kind of car you are. We'll look out for you. Some people are comfortable standing outside but not coming in.
Okay,
for
can you sit outside on the patio to eat your lunch?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so we have
We're doing dine-in and takeout.
dine-in and takeout, and inside and outside.
Lunch too.
Yep,
Yeah.
and the tent and everything. Everything's available.
Do you do like, I don't know whether it's big enough, like catering box lunches and things?
Oh yeah, we are really looking to do that. We have one client right now that we, about once a month, we do, office, and we'll drop off for, a large party. I think we do
I think that would be a great thing to do.
it would be wonderful. If we could get a couple more of those, it'd be fantastic. And we get their order. We've got an order form, and then they send it back to us, and then we deliver the sandwiches, whatever time that they want us to deliver them.
Because, I mean, that's, a good way. Obviously, the offices aren't as big anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but they also nobody's leaving for lunch, so they are
Right.
ordering in, so yeah, we're very interested in that kind of stuff.
And you do delivery, not delivery, pick up, phone, carry out all the time.
Yep,
All the time.
Are you still doing those dinners for two?
No,
No, we're just using our normal menu and doing, we kind of
Okay.
wrote the menu so that it would be easier to things that can be put in boxes and taken home and, heat it up again if they wanted to, or we just tried to like write the menu so they can order off the normal menu for takeout.
I like that because there's things, I like, and I like to have those.
Yeah. And it makes it consistent for us in the kitchen, and it makes the food, keeps the authenticity of the food and better in that way.
it's harder when you have like a dish that maybe you would prepare in the restaurant but doesn't do to go so well, like where then you have to take the little garnish and it has to go in a to-go container and then another to-go container and another, and then it's very wasteful, number one, but then also you're not getting sort of the idea
Do
of
you
the dish.
really think I'm going to go home and go put everything on like that?
Right.
No.
Gabby.
Well, frankly, I think people want now foods that, because of the situation, that are comforting, that, oh, look, this is beautiful. I don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
I mean, your roast chicken is incredible.
Yeah.
So, I actually had that the other night.
You did.
My friend was very upset. He ordered something else. I said, it's your problem, not mine. Oh, is she mad at me?
I think people are also tired of cooking at home, like at this point, like everybody's
yeah,
like,
right.
okay,
Listen,
what else?
my dishwasher has never been used so much.
And that's saying something.
Oh, I've even once or twice heated something in the oven. In all honesty, I have a little both convection oven that I do heat and cook in. But things I never thought I would do again. And I think this is everybody now.
Yeah, definitely.
You just have to. And yet, you don't like to cook. You have to find a way. So you don't deliver at all.
Only to the large offices right now. You know what I mean? So, eventually maybe it would be something on the table. But we are, we're just getting like fully staffed again, and all that kind of getting everybody retrained and and having all the different.
I'm not for delivery because I don't like what they take. And then once I thought, you know what? I'm in a bind. I really needed something. I'll get it delivered. When I went to one of those places, I wasn't in their neighborhood. Not the restaurant, the GrubHub or whatever.
Right.
So they wouldn't even deliver it.
There's so many more steps to everything now. But within the restaurant too, like doing the to-goes and making sure the safety issues and we're always sanitizing and cleaning, but it's just there's so many more steps that everything takes a little bit longer, and everybody wants to make sure that they're doing everything properly and So it takes a lot, you know, a little more thought, although, you know, restaurants, like I said, are always sanitizing and doing that. So it's in our nature. But so I think to put something else on the table of delivery right now would be just like a whole nother can of worms.
Okay, and before we wind up at all, you have a great wine and cocktail list to go with all the food too.
Oh, we'll talk about Harvest Week.
Oh yeah.
What?
So
So I said we should probably talk about Harvest Week. We're doing like Eater Denver's Harvest Week right now. So
Tell me about, I don't even know.
so we're doing a lamb special. There's a lot of the vendors in town have
well, there's 50 restaurants
Yep.
that are participating in town, and part of the proceeds of, it's not like a full menu, like Dustin was saying, sorry to cut you off,
It's okay.
but so there's a dish and he's gonna talk about it. So we chose to do one dish and one drink, and some of those proceeds go back to Grow House and go back to Eater Denver, that has been just enormously helpful through all of this with communication and information and everything. So, and Dustin can tell you about
Okay,
what.
wait, question.
Yep.
When is Harvest Week?
Well, it started Tuesday and it goes
Wednesday.
we started Wednesday and it goes all the way until next Tuesday.
Till October 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. So it's this
Guess
week.
I better go someplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we chose to use like all local stuff. So we have a lamb dish that's lamb two ways. I made some excuse me. I made some merguez sausage, and we're using Grateful Bread milled polenta and local lamb and local greens
And feta from
Fruition Farms, and it's delicious. It's a beautiful dish. It's a little T-bone. And then for the drink, we're using Law's Rye and a local bitters company called Strongwater Bitters. And we're just doing a little old fashioned, like a Harvest Week old fashioned, which is delicious. Apple cider and the bitters. And
I'll start there.
Yeah, a lot of the purveyors like Laws and, you know, Shamrock and a lot of places are giving discounts to you because they want you to do, it's the idea is to do local dishes. And so they're providing also discounts for us to do this. So
Good for them, good for you.
Yeah.
And listen, good for Denver. At one point,
Great for Denver.
we didn't have the means like a Fruition Farms and a Grateful Bread
That's
or
right.
this lamb. I mean, when string started, you couldn't get the variety of things that you can get today.
Yeah, our farming community, and it's just been awesome. It's an awesome time to, you know, be in the restaurant business. And
The
have
restaurant people and the restaurants
Well, yeah, I guess it's
for COVID.
Yeah.
That's certainly ruining it, but
I think the community of everybody sticking together is really, it's
I
really
think
amazing. Yeah.
that's why I don't ever want to stop doing these things, because this gives everybody between YouTube and Facebook and Instagram a chance to hear what you're doing.
Right.
And it just gives people an opportunity that those opportunities don't exist anymore. But you all are incredibly special. Did we miss anything other than I love you, but anything else?
So we love you too, Gabby.
We didn't miss any topics to talk about?
I don't think so.
All right, then give name, website, phone number, and all that good stuff.
Okay, tables. Website is tablesonkearney.com, and that's KEARNEY.com. And you can see our full menu, lunch menu on there. Our phone number is 303-388-0299, and we are open for lunch Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2:30, and dinner Tuesday through Saturday from 5 to 9:30.
And the lady with the funny hats and clothes sitting in the corner on the patio is me. Not every night, but as often as I can get there, because you're very special. So is Tables.
Thanks, Gabby.
Have a great weekend, and everybody stay very well. If you are Jewish, before I'm on again, I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy New Year. Please God, all this should go away and life should become just good again for everybody. I love you dearly, the very best. Much love. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Gabby.
Bye, Gabby.
All right.